A very good morning to all the dignitaries to this prestigious First State Moot Court Competition 2024. Today marks not just the commencement of a competition. It unveils a battleground of wits, a coliseum of oratory prowess, and a sanctuary where the law becomes the ultimate tool for justice. We are gathered here to witness a simulation of legal brilliance where students, the budding legal luminaries, will emulate courtroom procedures and engage in the art of persuasion and legal reasoning. I feel extremely honored to welcome all the dignitaries here at the inaugural session, organized by School of Law, Sister Nivedita University. It gives us immense pleasure to have with us at this inaugural session Justice Madhumati Mitra, ma'am, member, West Bengal Human Rights Commission, and former judge, Honorable High Court at Calcutta, Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty, ma'am, former professor and dean, Faculty of Law, University of Calcutta, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, our Group CEO, Sir, Dr. Shonku Bose, the Dean of the School of Social Science, and all other dignitaries that we have of the dais. At the beginning, I would request all the honorable guests and the dignitaries to kindly come up on the dais for watering of the plants. I would also request our senior most professor, Dr. Manik Chakraborty, Sir, our Dean Madam, Professor Debashri Mukherjee, the HOD of the department, Professor Reena S. Kumar, ma'am, and all faculties to join in the watering of the plant. I would also invite our student Amrita Banerjee to present the Saraswati Bandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would request our honorable guests, Justice Madhumati Mitra, ma'am, Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty, ma'am, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, Dr. Manik Chakraborty, sir, and Dean Madam to kindly take the seat on the dais. And also our Group CEO, Sir, Dr. Shonku Bose, sir, please. Dean, sir, please take the seat on the dais. next, we shall proceed with the felicitations of the guests. I would request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and our Group CEO Sir to kindly felicitate our Honorable guest, Justice Madhumati Mitra Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would request our Dean Madam and Dean of School of Social Science to kindly felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the School of Law, I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to preside over this inaugural session. At this majestic gathering, now I would like to request our Dean Madam, who is also the convener of this first state moot court competition, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Pandita ma'am. A very good morning to Honorable Justice Madhumati Mitra, Member, West Bengal Human Rights Commission and former Judge, Honorable High Court at Calcutta, Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty, Professor and former Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Calcutta, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, Dr. Shanku Bose, Group CEO and Dean, School of Engineering, Professor Dr. Surojit Mukhopadhyay, Dean of Social Sciences, respected faculty members of the School of Law, participants from colleges and universities all across the state, and my dear students from the School of Law at SNU. I take this privilege and honor to welcome you all to the first state moot court competition organized by the School of Law. Mooting was introduced in law schools as a part of the practical legal education to break away from the monotony of the lecture method that was followed as part of the teaching pedagogy. It was used to familiarize students with the real world of lawyering in terms of court procedure, drafting submissions, and delivering oral arguments. Today, it is regarded as a mandatory part of the legal education and an effective tool to demonstrate before law students how the theoretical knowledge that they have gathered from the four walls of the classroom can be applied in real-life contexts. Moots help in raising the standard of the bar, and it brings them into the fabric of the courtroom procedures. They are introduced into a system which plays a pivotal role in resolving complex, critical, contemporary issues that the society is inflicted with. Students are also made to understand their relevance and role, which they are destined to perform in the larger realms of societal context in future, and that their contribution as professionals will be immense and effective in nation building. This moot court competition delves into one such intriguing issues, and I am hopeful that with the solutions that we may arrive at the end of day 2, will not only sharpen the skills of the budding legal minds, but also find them making new friends and foraying into new avenues and networks for the future. The School of Law at Sister Nivedita University has always encouraged the culture of mooting and encouraged its students to participate in such competitions. This competition has 17 teams participating from all across the state and one dummy team from SNU. The Moot Court Society of the school has taken all the initiatives possible to make this competition a success and ensure that these 2 days remain evidence of the show of grit, determination, excellence, and prowess of students of law across the state. We endeavor to be the right host, but even then, if there are any areas where you require assistance or handholding, on behalf of the School of Law, I request all the participants to please bring the same to the notice of the student conveners, Voshupriya Chattopadhyay and Sudeshna Mukherjee, or any student volunteer, who all have put in tireless efforts to ensure that every aspect remains accurately presented and curate these 2 days with a happy and memorable experience to you all. Hope you have a wonderful experience at Sister Nivedita University. Once again, I welcome all the honored guests, both on and off the dais, and the participants of the competition, and each one of you present today on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would request our honorable guest, Justice Madhumati Mitra ma'am, to inaugurate the Moot Court competition and deliver the inaugural address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Dr. Devoshri Mukherjee, Honorable Dean of Sister Nivedita University, Dr. Shochi Chakraborty, Honorable former Dean of Calcutta University, respected teachers, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my dear students, and the participants who have assembled here from various renowned universities and colleges. Very good morning to you all. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizers, the School of Law, Sister Nivedita University, for inviting me to the inauguration ceremony of the first state moot court competition 2024. I feel proud and delighted to take part in the inauguration ceremony. I would like to extend my best wishes to all participants at the beginning of the event. I welcome each and every participant. In modern times, law means legislation enacted by Parliament or state legislative assembly. Laws are enacted for the betterment of the society. Men can approach before the court for enforcement of law. Here lies the importance of a good lawyer. Now, we are well versed about the various theories regarding object of law. Today, I would like to mention about the theory of an eminent American jurist, Roscoe Pound, to make the student understand the importance of an advocate in the society. Jurist Roscoe Pound belonged to Sociological School of Jurisprudence, and he compared law as social engineering. According to his said theory, the object of law should be to maintain a balance between the conflicting interests of the society. According to Pound, the lawyers are social engineers who can bring societal changes and establish rule of law. In every civilized society, rule of law is required to be maintained. Rule of law means All citizens are equal in the eye of law, absence of arbitrariness, and supremacy of Constitution. You have studied fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. By way of amendments to our Constitution, some of the directive principles have been given preference over fundamental rights. Our Parliament tried to balance between conflicting interests of individual and society. Moot court is considered to be an important aspect of legal education, particularly those who intend to join in legal profession as advocates. Participation in moot court competition helps the student to develop their skill to deal with the disputed facts, to identify the issues involved in the dispute, and the application of law to resolve those disputes by logical conclusion. Moot court also helps the student how to interpret the statutory provision and to challenge the constitutionality of a statute. I have been requested to say something to you. I am not a good speaker. I started my journey in the legal field as a judicial officer. During my long tenure as a judge, I had the occasion to hear submissions regarding various issues pending before the court at different stages. That journey was wonderful. It helped me a lot to increase my power of understanding, intellectual grasp, perception, appreciation of evidence, and to form a logical conclusion. Legal profession is considered to be one of the prestigious and noble professions throughout the world. In India, we find that many great leaders, namely Mahatma Gandhi, Motilal Nehru, Deshabandhu Chittaranjan Das, Rajbihari Bose, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who played active role in freedom fight movement, came from legal profession or had legal background. American President Abraham Lincoln, who fought against slavery, also came from legal profession. Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, Fidel Castro, Vladimir Putin, Tony Blair, Jinping, Hillary Clinton, these top world leaders also pursued law. I have been asked to give introductory lecture. Moot court is very essential to those who intend to join in legal profession as practicing advocates. Moot court is considered to be a part of legal education. The importance of participation in moot court competition is great. Participation in moot court helps the student to be a successful lawyer in future. In addition to individual skill, the lawyers are required to develop certain human qualities which may help to bring success. In this connection, I would like to mention about 5 qualities, and the first letter of all the 5 qualities is P. Those 5 P's are patience, preparation, perfection, presentation, and politeness. We all know it is very difficult to judge a judge, but if you follow the above mentioned 5 P's, then by your conduct, you will get a respect not only from the court, but also from advocates of opposite parties. Those who are interested to practice in court must observe and develop the above 5 P's. First P is patience. When a party comes to a lawyer for solution of his problem, the lawyer should give him a patient hearing. The patient hearing is beneficial for both the client and the advocate. The advocate, after hearing the client, may come to a conclusion regarding the problem faced by the client and analyze all the facts narrated to him by the client. Each and every fact may be important for cause of action. During hearing, he should also give patience hearing to the submission of opposite party, which may help him to understand the case of the other side. Now, preparation. An advocate should be sincere while preparing the case of his client. He should appear before the court or present the case of his client not in a cursory manner or half-hearted manner. He should take all reasonable care to prepare the case of his client. Third P is perfection. Adequate and reasonable care should be taken by the advocate so that his drafting or submission should be perfect in all respects so far as the case of his client is concerned. You should, as an advocate, try to make a logical approach based on the facts and law regarding the issues raised by you. Fourth P is presentation. Presentation of a case before the court on behalf of the client is an art. Norms and decorum of the court should be maintained. An advocate should know how the facts of the case are to be arranged, when the loopholes or weak points of the opponent parties are to be highlighted, which points are required to be given emphasis. Now I comes politeness. Politeness of an advocate is a virtue. A lawyer must be submissive before the court of law while presenting the case of his client. He should take care of the language used by him. Unparliamentary language should be avoided. Participation in moot court competition gives you a platform to develop all the above-mentioned qualities which will be beneficial in real field. Before I conclude, I once again extend my best wishes to all the participants. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind presence and also for inaugurating the program. Now, I would request our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty, madam, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, Manita, for inviting me on the dais. Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Justice Madhumati Mitra, Member West Bengal Human Rights Commission, former Judge at Calcutta High Court, Professor Dr. Devashree Mukherjee, Dean, School of Law, Sister Nivedita University, Professor Dr. Manik Chakraborty, Professor Emeritus, Sister Nivedita University, Srimati Reena Kumar, HOD, SNU, and Dr. Shankhu Bose, Group CEO, Techno India Group, and Dr. Surajit Mukhopadhyay, Dean, School of Social Sciences, SNU, and dear students and all participants present here. Today, in this bright sunlight, first moot court competition 2024, state moot court competition is being organized by Sister Nivedita University. So I am very much grateful to the organizers, and I express my gratitude that they have invited me here in the gathering of this August gathering, and dear students, participants, those who are participating in the moot court and also attending the program. So I am very happy to note that this is the first state moot court competition organized by Sister Nivedita University. So I am very, very happy and extremely happy. So first of all, I want to say that yes, I have been given the keynote address to present before the audience, the students and participants. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have divided my keynote address in different parts for better understanding. These are, first of all, I will focus on what is moot court actually. That is the introduction. Madam has, Justice Madhumitra has explained many things about the introduction. But still, I am not going to repeat it, but certain points I want to mention. Then brief history of moot courts. Then relevance and significance. What is the relevance and significance of the moot courts to the participants or those who are going to become the advocates? Now, what are the elements of moot courts? What you have to do there? Then, what are the different types of moot courts? And then I will conclude. So this will be focused. Now, in today's era of globalization, industrialization, and privatization, the legal profession is becoming very competitive. A professional degree, this is the professional degree of law that opens up numerous avenues for you, numerous avenues for its LLB degree holders. Now, IT sector is now being remarkably saturated. So, the legal profession is remarkably growing in. So, there are many opportunities in legal profession. The person become a law officer, the person become a judge, the person can practice in the court, he can go to the academics. So, there are many avenues here. He can go to the corporate sector. So, law study is the profession is very lucrative also here, and also academicians, they can develop their knowledge. Now, in such a scenario, it is really necessary for young law graduates or law students to increase their professional skills while studying in law schools. Law graduates, when they start their practice in courts, they face many challenges nowadays. So, to overcome the challenges, the young advocates have to improve their advocacy skills. They have to compete because now the foreign lawyers are also coming into picture. Now, slowly it will come. So, hence, moot court competitions and moot court practices are very necessary in law schools and universities and colleges. And they play a very crucial role in the development of legal skills of young advocates. Now, moot courts are organized in law schools and colleges in which fictitious cases are heard to train law students. You are not given any problem which has been already decided. You have been given the problem which is fictitious. Now, moot courts should not be confused with mock trials. You must understand what is the difference between mock trials and what is moot court. So, while mock trials simulate trial level proceedings, moot court simulates appellate level proceedings. In mock trials, participants present their statements and arguments to a jury, while in moot court, attorneys present their arguments to the panel of judges. When you will participate, then you will see that there are panel of judges. Now, moot courts create a real life experience of an actual court proceeding. Now, if we look in the past, that during 14th century, the moot courts, there were moot courts in England. In 14th century, it was common to witness moot courts in Inns of Court, that is Lincoln's Inns, you must be knowing this, and the courts of Chancery courts, that is court of equity, that is called the court of equity. So, moot courts reached in United States of America in the late 18th and 19th century with the commencement of formal education. The US model involved clinical law teaching where the practical mooting exercises accompanied the professor's lectures. So, they were combined that time. Now, in 1870, Harvard Law School adopted the case method. They adopted the case method. Apart from the class teaching, they adopted the case method. Then, the first moot court competition in India. Now, in India, it was held in 1981, and it was organized by Bar Council of India. That is 1981. Then, since 1985, the moot court competitions have been an integral part of the legal curriculum of Indian universities and law colleges. In a moot court competitions, there are two terms, namely petitioner, two parties, two teams, namely the petitioner and respondents. In one team, there are 3 students. Out of 3, 2 are mooters and 1 is researcher. For competition purpose, there can be many teams on the side of petitioner and as well as respondents. Now, what is the importance? Why we just go for moot court practices in the law college and in school? This is very, very important, that there are many points over here, that nowadays that participating in moot court competitions is essential for any law graduate, and a student of law, apart from studying law books, also know the practical application. The student must know the practical, how you have read the section, particular section law act, but you do not know how it is applied, how it will be applied. For example, you know Sexual Harassment Act, but when you deal with the case of sexual harassment, only then you apply. So when you go to the court, or either you practice, if you perform in moot court or participate in moot court, only there you can apply. Now, practical application, that is the real life experience. That is the real life experience. So there are several benefits. Number 1 is practical experience, that you get the confidence, you get that if you deal with the various societal issues, and there are so many challenges in the society, so if you deal with them, then you can learn how to apply the law, how to get the practical experience of law. So this also develops, the moot court also develops the confidence through practical experience, because this is very, very important. In our days when we were the students, there were no moot courts. There were no moot courts, only just slowly they started. But now it is compulsory. Now, there is another point of importance, that's the improvement of communication skills. The person who may know the law, you may be super brilliant, you may be very brilliant and intelligent, but when the time of application comes, the communication skill is involved. When you put the case before the court, before the honorable judges, that time you need a communication skill. You may know several things you can know, but while presenting the case before the court or the jury, you have to maintain a very good communication skills. Otherwise, you cannot express your point to the honorable judges. That will be very difficult. Then inculcation of advocacy skills. It involves the analysis of legal issues, writing skills, and also written and oral representations. So students can make arguments convincingly, and they can do confidently. Whatever they are presenting, they can do it confidently. Then advancement of research skills. Because when you prepare a memorial, when the students are preparing memorials for the moot court, then what you have to do? You have to go for research. You have to go for research, and when you are presenting before the court, then you are meeting with the students from the other universities. So there may be some multi-talented peers that can tone your advocacy and research skills. Now for the preparation of moot court memorials on a particular issue, an in-depth study of a particular area, the relevant laws, and the case materials are required. So updated laws, various reports and recommendations of law commissions on the particular subject are to be critically analyzed. In this way, a budding advocate or the student, a law student, develops his or her research skills. So research skill is also developed in moot courts. Then networking opportunities. What is networking opportunities? That since moot court competitions are presided over and adjudged by eminent legal personalities, the judges, the honorable judges, the law firm associates, academicians, they are as chief guests. So this creates an excellent opportunity for young students, law students, to interact with them and get inspirations. Only this is not the thing that you present your case and go. You have to interact with the judges. You have to make a good communication with the judges and understand what they tell. So this is also an important point. Now, exploration of legal areas and interest. that moot court competitions are organized on various subjects of law like IPR, corporate law, environmental law, family law, torts, arbitration, space law. The list is not exhaustive. Now, this creates a wonderful opportunity to the students to explore the area of interest for future career. They can select their area, that in which area they will develop themselves by the help of the moot court. Now, discipline and overall personality development. This is also very, very important. That by participating in moot courts, students learn time management, which is very, very important. Time management, commitment, teamwork spirit, then perseverance, and discipline, everything. They acquire good public speaking skills. Then they acquire and develop the confidence in presence of legal luminaries. That is very, very important. Because you know the law. You can plead before your friends. But when you plead before your judges, the jury, then that time you have to develop you can develop the confidence. So unless and until you participate in moot court, that will not help you. You cannot develop your discipline as well as personality in legal sphere. Then what are the different elements of moot courts? You must be knowing this because you have been given the moot court prepositions and problems upon which you have to discuss and make the memorials. Then written memorials you have to make. Then oral proceedings you have to do. That the two members of the team known as mooters, they are called as oralist also, and they will present the case, and researcher has to help there. Now, there must be clear, one thing is very important. There must be clear coordination and communication among the team members. You should not fight among you. You should argue, but you have to make a clear coordination between your team members. That is very important. And that will enhance your performance. Now, what are the different types of moot courts? There are different types: interstate moot court, then national, international moot courts. I am just giving you certain examples of very, very important international moot courts which are prevalent, very famous and popular. Now, the international moot courts is Philip C. Jessup International Law Moot Court Competition. Then there are Henry Durant Human Rights Moot Court Competitions. Nelson Mandela World Human Rights Moot Court Competitions. Then Red Cross International Humanitarian Law Moot Court Competitions. Then International Criminal Court. The cases are presented before International Court of Justice. So these are very, very important. Then there are national moot courts. Very famous Bar Council organizes. Bar Council of India International Moot Court. Then Surana and Surana National Corporate Law Moot Court Competition on corporate law, especially on corporate law. Then Lloyd Law College Moot Court Society, that is also very famous, popular. And nowadays they are doing very, very well. Now there is our NUJS, Herbert Smith in National Corporate Law Moot Court Competitions. So there have been many, many moot court competitions, national, international, even state you are organizing here. So all participants must try their best to compete with the other universities and the students of other colleges. So that will help you to become a very good lawyer in future because that is required, because in this period, the contemporary society, there is a great challenge and very great competition. Now, I can say that but the thing is that the moot courts cannot, they can supplement the knowledge, that it cannot supplant or it cannot substitute the legal knowledge, the bookish knowledge. You cannot say that moot court is everything. Moot court supplements, but it cannot, you should remember always that it cannot supplant. So better for, you should develop the passion for mooting, and you should develop for presentation of your cases. Whenever you are given any problem in the classroom also you can have. Intra-class moot courts, they are also organized between the students of a particular section or class. So that can be done. Now, they should not limit themselves on a particular subject. You have to choose many, many subjects. It is not the thing that you take only corporate law. You have to go for other, even family law, space law, commercial law, corporate law, any law. So you can have practice on all these subjects. So I congratulate you here because I am very happy, and I say that I congratulate the organizers, those who have organized by their hard labor, and students are participating, and I hope that all the 17 teams, they will just seriously deal with the subjects, and they will present their cases very nicely before the judges. And I want to hear that, yes, you have done very well. So I congratulate again and all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time and also for all the valuable insights that you have given us. Now, I would request the Group CEO of the Techno India Group, Dr. Shonku Bose, sir, to kindly address the participants.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, honorable judges, distinguished guests, faculty member, all participants, and my dear students. It is my great honor to be with you today at the West Bengal State Moot Court competition organized by the Sister Nivedita University. This event symbolizes more than just a contest of legal intellect. It is a training ground for the legal professionals who will soon be addressing the complex challenges of our country's faces. You know that while I was thinking last night, I was doing a little bit of the Googling about the legal profession, and for a long time it is coming into my mind why so many young students are getting into legal profession. When I was graduating, not that many, there was no craze, but why today? And some of the statistics is really astonished me. In country, we have a 1.8 million lawyer as per the country census. So that means about 736, one lawyer per 736 people. And that is this kind of country. But actually, according to the Bar Council of India, there are only 800, there is only lawyer per 800 people, and which is way lower than any developed country like United States, where one lawyer per 200 people. Now it's convinced, since I'm a group chief executive officer, so I run the academic group, so I know that the importance of law department and how to make the law department better so that I can have a better business opportunity. So that's why. So get a real business case. Then there are another figures, then why West Bengal? So I got a Google tells me that Delhi is most densely legal professions. Delhi is the most densely populated. Delhi, there are every 300 people, there's one lawyer. And least densely populated legal professions are West Bengal, Assam, and Nagaland. So that's why the room full of potential lawyers for tomorrow. I'm sure that many of you will be settling down in West Bengal or eastern part of India. So your bright future, your career profession, I guess it's assured. And on the contrary, since I spent quite a bit of time outside India, and when I look at it in India, I think that still in the legal profession, there are sub-classification is a need of the hour. If I look at today, how many M&A, merger and acquisition specialized lawyer or lawyer firm? I don't find any. The people completely call it a corporate lawyer. The corporate is in a very big term. There's no M&A. M&A is a specialized. So the time has come, India's economy is growing, so there's a specialized, and they are the highest paying lawyer. If you close a deal of an M&A, of a $2 billion company, your fees will be the different. And we used to always laugh at when I was in US, that company file a chapter 11 for bankruptcy, but company has to keep that a lawyer fund reserve. That fund cannot be touched. The moment company file a chapter 11, within 7 days, there's at least the 50 people with a suited, booted, and comes within a several $1,000 fees for legal profession. So I think the India is not too far from there. There are multiple fields of the IP. You will be surprised to see that India is one of the top 10 countries in filing intellectual property every year. But there's hardly IP specialized lawyer. There's a demand. So there is so on. There's a demand for lawyer, then the young people, the full room. So I have your career is, you can design your career. I think my predecessor, Professor, told that there was a craze for IT, and IT was getting saturated. Yeah, you are very right. IT has also gone through the whole lot of a transformation. The population is coming, it's a niche, is a different because advent of artificial intelligence and all. But the legal profession is directly connected to the population of the country. So today we are 1.4 billion people, and within next 20 years, we will be adding another 30 crore population. So you can see that the demand for that. And also another statistics when I was doing the Googling, I saw that only 0.5% of our population get the legal aid. So there is so much of a demand. So that's why whoever sitting in this room, you are in the right place, right spot. And I guess that as per the Bar Council of India, there is about, at this moment, the 5 lakhs legal students are enrolled. And every year they are getting about 70,000 students are getting enrolled in legal profession. And there are colleges roughly about, according to the Bar Council of India, the 950. So now you all should feel confident that you are in the right spot, right path. So work hard and make this MOOT competition is a first trial and practice how to present your case and make your career successful. And thank you once again, the Sister Nivedita University, and I'm a part of that, and all my colleagues, the fellow deans and all, so organizing such a wonderful event. So not just to restrict yourself to the state MOOT level, so go for national, go for any specialized kind of a MOOT competition, and wish you all good luck for the next 2 days. Thank you all, thanks, bye.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. I would now request Professor Dr. Shurojit Mukhopadhyay, sir, Dean School of Social Science, to kindly address the gathering.
Justice Mitra, Vice Chancellor, sir, Group CEO, Dr. Bose, fellow deans, Mrs. Chakravarti, and Mr. Chakravarti, Professor Chakravarti, friends, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I was not prepared for this. And anyway, I am an imposter among legal people. I was just telling Manikda, as I call him, because we go back a long, long time, that I am an unlegal person in this gathering. Not really illegal, because people can't be legal, but unlegal, if that is a word which can be used, though ungrammatically. Would be better. Thank you. Biplab. I was once the registrar of the National University of Juridical Sciences. And the Chancellor of the NUJS, as you know, is the Chief Justice of India. And in one of the convocations, he said something very interesting. I hope most of you understand Bangla, which is what Altamas Kabir, the former Chief Justice, no longer with us, said. He said that when we were young, people took up okaloti, lawyering, because they had nothing better to do. Today we moved from that position where you took up lawyering because you couldn't do anything better, to you have becoming lawyers because you think you can be a great lawyer. And that transformation is a social transformation. It also maps the evolution of our country Dr. Bose was talking about the lawyer to population ratio. And he was citing the United States as one where the lawyer to the population ratio is very high. What does it tell us? Well, it tells us that the US is a litigation country. We call it a litigation society. In other words, we have narrowed down our understanding of arbitration and resolution of conflicts through formal laws. It does not mean that other societies do not have other means of arbitration and other means of the resolution of conflicts. But as society modernizes, we lose our communitarian approach to the arbitration of disputes. And then we become formal. And if India manages to move on to this trajectory, as it is now doing, the legalization and therefore formalization of disputes and its arbitration would be something that is going to be an acceptable fact of our society. Having said that, we now have to turn to another aspect which is very important, which Justice Mitra was touching upon. If you are a lawyer or if you are going to be a judge, if the law is supposed to be formal and the final arbiter of your disputes, then can I reach out to the law? Is it possible for me now to engage a lawyer, a top-notch lawyer of this country, and fight my case if I am a poor person? And that's, I think, a very, very important question to ask. Immediately lawyers will say, oh, we fight pro bono. How many lawyers fight pro bono? Law, like any other aspects of the society, is increasingly becoming commodified. And as it becomes commodified, it comes out of the reach of the common person. It is a heart-rending story. There are heart-rending stories in the corridors of the High Court where people would camp overnight, stay in that corridor to come up in the morning to talk to their lawyers, having already sold their land and their cattle to come and get a dispute resolved. So while we celebrate the understanding of lawyering as an evolution from community-oriented arbitration to more formal and legal arbitration, we also got to be very sensitive to the fact that we should be looking at people who can afford to be lawyers or who can afford lawyers and legal redress. This is at par with the fact that we have many medical institutions coming up, super specialty hospitals, and the question remains, how many of us can afford health care in an increasingly privatized society that India is becoming? So I leave you with those thoughts as you embark on this 2-day moot court competition. The idea of legal dispute arbitration, the fact that you would hone your skills in these 2 days to be what you want to be in the future is par for the course. At the same time, let us also turn ethical and ask ourselves this question as to what we are going to do with the skills that we acquire. Until and unless we transcend our personal self-interest, as Aristotle would have told us in his Nicomachean Ethics, we are not going to be good citizens. So let us hope that as we become good lawyers, we also become good citizens, we become good human beings, and our ethical core gets strengthened and more vibrant as the days go on. I wish all the mooters 2 days of excellence and joyous interventions in arguments and reasoning and logic. And I hope that all of you would have a pleasant stay on this campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our senior most professor, Professor Dr. Manik Chakraborty, sir, Professor Emeritus, School of Law, Sister Nivedita University, to say a few words at this August gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, the President of this inaugural session, Madam Justice Madhumati Mitra, a member West Bengal State Human Rights Commission, our respected Group CEO, Dr. Shanku Bose, my friend, Dr. Surajit Mukhopadhyay, our honorable respected guest of this inaugural session, Professor Dr. Sachi Chakraborty, my colleague, Dean of Law, Professor Dr. Devasri Mukherjee, and all my colleagues sitting before me and my dear students. We're at the end of the, almost this inaugural session. Really, it's a proud moment for all of us that the today's moot court competition, state level moot court competition, has been inaugurated by our honorable judge, former judge of the Calcutta High Court, Justice Madhumati Mitra, in front of you. And and everything you have heard from our dignitaries. And so just I want to only remind one thing, that really it's a great thing that the organizer has picked up the topic, chosen the topic of this competition from a constitutional law, of course, subject. And as you have seen that the moot problem has been given, it is based on constitutional law of India and also a bit human rights. Because we have chosen this subject due to the importance of this subject, constitutional law of India, as it is the basic subject, what every student must read and know and understand, and also apply in their life when they are practicing, when they are doing other job, even as a good citizen of the country. Here, I just remind you that if you see the latest, the trend of the Indian Supreme Court judgment, starting from Kesavananda Bharati till the, this year, that electoral bond case, judgment of the Supreme Court by the Constitutional Bench, radical changes you have seen, radical changes. Even yesterday I have seen the judgment given by the Supreme Court in Bilkis Banu case, which upheld the dignity of human being, the human rights. And yesterday, in one memorial lecture, M.K. Nambiar memorial lecture, Honorable Justice, Chief Justice of India, Justice Chandrachud, he nicely emphasized upon the inclusiveness of Constitution of India, while he was, talking in terms of, in reference to Sabrimala judgment, what he has delivered while he was judge of the Supreme Court of India. So this is very important that all the participants are going to now, they are going to argue on constitutional law topic and also human rights topic. And so I believe that it will enrich the knowledge of all the students, whether they belong to our faculty or they belong to other universities. So I congratulate all of you, all the participants. You're most welcome to our university, our law department. And this is the department in this university which is so active. And every month we are organizing some legal awareness camp, some discussion, some debate. And also last year we have organized National Moot Court Competition. So I wish a grand success of this program. And we are very thankful and grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, who is our spirit behind this, who is the great inspiration actually. He always, bless us and always keeps all the help. And today in his presence, really sir, I'm grateful to you that you are supporting our department. So big clap for our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir. So with these words, again, best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request the President of this session, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, to deliver the presidential address and to bless the participants.
Very good morning to everybody. It's really a very, very important occasion in the history of the law department, that this is the first time we are organizing this state-level moot court competition. Last time when we organized this national law moot court competition, organized along with Association of Indian Universities, we actually promised there that we are going to have a state-level one. And today, we kept our promise. So thank you, the department. Thank you, all the faculty members, and definitely our leader of the department, Professor Manik Chakraborty, and the Dean of the School of Law, Professor Debashree Mukherjee. At the end of this particular session, for delivering this presidential address, I thought that during this last almost an hour, what we have learned from this session. We started with our Honorable Justice, and I'm sure all of you should understand one of the major comments she made in her lecture, deliberation, in the inaugural lecture, regarding his path from this joining the law to the justice of the High Court. That particular evolution, that particular pathway is really very important for all of you students. And you have to remember that if you have that passion, if you have that motivation, if you want to do the things, it could be done. Thank you, Madam, for your the deliberations, inaugural address. And then Professor Shochi Chakraborty, she very nicely presented before us the importance of the moot court. Students who are participating and who are also going to listen, they should understand the very important 12, I think a dozen of points you mentioned actually, a dozen of points which are necessary for this particular discipline of the moot court. And the moot court has got all the different constituents. She explained very well what should be the things, who are going to be there, and what should be their role. All these things along with the history and what are the different types of moot court competition in our country as well as globally. And I'm sure that we are looking forward right now for an international moot court competition also. And the students, you should participate there also. Now, Professor Bush, I am just mentioning to him, he actually struck a very right point that why this law profession became so popular. And the justification behind this and the points given by him is something which are very important. And maybe these are the reason for which you have actually joined our law school. You joined the different universities' law schools. There are 17 different colleges who are participating over here. So I'm sure they have, these students, they have certain things in their mind which are similar what Professor Bush mentioned. And also, he mentioned about this, where we are looking for, what we are going for, what are the career options which makes them very, very important in the society. Professor Surajit Mukhopadhyay, the Dean of Social Science, he mentioned very nicely three different aspects of this. And when he's mentioning about this famous quote from Altamas Kovir, Honorable Justice, you can see that the very important statement is something what each of you should remember all the time. Because that should be, these are the certain things which we normally used to have mantras in our lifetime. And thank you for delivering this and sharing it with our students. And, you know, Professor Manik Chakraborty is always very specific and focused, and these very important points actually what he mentioned are actually needed for you all in the next one day, so today and tomorrow, to keep up with your performance, to keep up your participation also. So as already mentioned by Professor Chakraborty, Shochi Chakraborty, the history of moot court, and you know that if you remember, she mentioned about the, it started with professors of in court. And later on, it's only that's long time back, but in only 1981, the Bar Council of India actually organized the first moot court competition. So we are we lacked quite a bit actually, but now we are going to keep it up with our effort. And as one of the most important factor, I think, in this particular moot court competition is the mooting skill, which will help the students, mooters, to gain their confidence. So confidence is something which is very, very important for you, my dear students. So be confident, being a law student, in various critical argumentative situations, and prepare yourself in such a way so that through this moot court, it's a trial for your future becoming lawyer, advocates, law firm members, or justice at the end. Now, what we normally find it out from this both moot court competition as well as general law education, what normally you are going to get in the classroom. So that is actually a training program. So law is a practicing program. All the students, you have to always remember that the reason why you are as a student of law, you have, what are the responsibilities you have to understand. And there, what Madam Chakraborty, Professor Chakraborty also mentioned about the Harvard court cases which they have introduced. So these court cases are very important. You should actually go through this, because these are the learning exercises. These are the practical. In natural sciences, by doing some experiments, we do practicals and get the inference. But over here, these are the things which are actually going to give you this particular, what we should say right now all the time, experiential learning. So experiential learning is something where this mooting competition becomes very, very important. And this will help the legal candidate in understanding the law properly, helps to improve the ability to think on their feet and gain valuable practice in developing, structuring, and defending their arguments. So keeping those things in our mind, let us hope for a fantastic moot court competition in the next today and tomorrow, and wishing you a very, very good time and have a fantastic moot court competition. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir, for your address. I would now request Honorable Justice Madhumati Mitra Madam to declare the two-day moot court competition open.
I open the moot court competition today.
As we have come almost to the end of this inaugural session, I would request the head of the department, Professor Reena S. Kumar Madam, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A warm good morning to all. It is with great honor and excitement that I stand before you today to welcome you to the first state moot court competition organized by the School of Law, Sister Nivedita University. This is indeed a momentous event which marks a significant milestone for our institution as we endeavor to provide law students with a platform to showcase their advocacy skills and to engage in a competitive yet intellectually stimulating environment. At the School of Law, we believe in the importance of experiential learning, where students step beyond the boundaries of textbooks and enter the real world of legal practice. Moot court competitions are one of the most valuable tools of legal education, helping students refine their research, critical thinking, and presentation skills, which are all indispensable to a successful career in law. Through this event, we aim to bring Legal Learning to Life, offering participants a unique opportunity to stimulate courtroom proceedings and argue complex legal issues. I would here like to take a moment to acknowledge the significant amount of effort and preparation that has gone into making this event possible. First and foremost, a heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Justice Madhumati Mitra ma'am, member West Bengal Human Rights Commission and former judge, Honorable High Court at Calcutta. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your time over here. Professor Dr. Shochi Chakraborty ma'am, former professor and dean, Faculty of Law, University of Calcutta, and other distinguished panel of judges who would, of course, be here for the day. Your presence here today is a testament to your commitment to legal education and to nurture the future generation of lawyers. We are privileged really to have all such esteemed dignitaries who are here to grace this occasion and lend their expertise to this competition. I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay. Sir, your visionary leadership and unwavering encouragement have always inspired us to strive for excellence. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to thank and express my sincere gratitude to our group CEO, sir, Dr. Shonku Bose, sir, for always motivating us to raise the bar. My heartfelt thanks to our registrar, Suman, sir, whose administrative guidance and seamless coordination have played a vital role in this successful execution of the event. A special thanks to our CFO, sir, Subir Rokhit, sir. Your dedication and efficiency in ensuring that we had all the resources needed for this event have been instrumental in its success. Thank you so much, sir, because of your diligent efforts and for always standing by the academic and extracurricular initiatives of our university. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Lieutenant Colonel retired Dhrubajyoti sir and his support staff who have worked behind the scenes to ensure that everything runs smoothly during this competition. Your dedication, hard work, and attention is truly a reflection of your commitment to success of an event. I would extend my special thanks to our mass comm and media for your support and coverage. I would extend my appreciation to the organizing committee, the MOOT Court Society, our Emeritus Professor, Dr. Manik Chakraborty, sir, our Dean, Dr. Deboshri Mukherjee, our faculty members and student volunteers who have worked tirelessly over the past few weeks to ensure the smooth execution of this event. From setting up the venue to ensuring that all logistical arrangements are in place, your contributions have been crucial. It is your hard work and dedication that have made this competition today a reality. To all the participants who have put in their hours of preparations, research, and practice to stand here today, and I want to commend you for that. The path of law, a student is filled with challenges, and this MOOT Court competition is just one of the many opportunities that you will encounter to test your mettle. No matter the outcome of this competition, each of you has already achieved a great deal by participating. Today is not just about winning or losing, but about learning, growing, and developing as future advocates of justice. The arguments you present, the objections you raise, and the legal reasoning you employ today will serve as important lessons for all your future endeavors in the field of law. As we embark on this journey of legal debate and discourse, I encourage each of you to give it to your best, to embrace the challenges, and enjoy the learning process. It is competitions like this that you prepare for the dynamic and challenging profession you have chosen. In conclusion, I wish all the participants the very best for today's competition. May this experience inspire you to continue striving for excellence and always uphold the principles of justice and integrity. Thank you all once again for being a part of this significant event, and let's make this first state MOOT competition a memorable and enriching experience for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you each and everyone, the dignitaries on the dais, the participants, our students, my dear colleagues, for all the patient hearing. I would now request the concerned faculty members to kindly escort our respected dignitaries to the boardroom.